All right, so integration e to the x dx is equal to what? There you go. Integration, there's a reason why I put red here, okay? This is u is equal to e to the u plus c. Now, I'm going to say this. I remember my teacher 20 years ago, I had a test on this and I failed it completely. And I hopefully you don't do the same thing as I did. It doesn't process through your brain and just not thinking about the answers. Okay? And not think about what's the difference. There is a major difference between integration e to the x versus e to the u du. Okay? So what will be integration of e to the 2x dx? So I'm not going to ask group leader. I know those who group leader should get an answer. But I'm asking you to think about it. Instead of blur out the answer, but think about it. What the answer should be. How many of you guys got an answer? Kenny? I don't know. I want you to find the answer. Balin got the same thing? Yeah. Rylan got the same thing? Anybody else get different things? Eli and Armand got different? They say 2e to the 2x.
Isn't it over 2? Is it times 2?
Bennett, Eli, Armand is correct. Nearly, did you get it right? You got 2e to the 2x? So, why is the answer that way, right? Obviously, this is really deceiving. And this is why I failed the test. So, I would say all those 3 people I named are way smarter than me. Bennett, Armand, and Eli are way smarter than me. Kaden got it right, right? Kaden, what'd you get?
I got e2x over 2 plus.
Yep, that's correct. The reason being is if you want to think about it, right? If you say e to the 2x, do you really process information more? If I were to take a derivative of this, what am I going to get? 4e to the 2x. So that means like my original thing is not right. So think about the situation. So u equal to 2x. A simple thing, write stuff down. Until you get better, you don't write it down. I think a lot of people refuse to write extra things. Now, if you're Eli, you don't have to write extra things because he doesn't write extra things. He's probably like the most minimalist that you can find, but he knows in his head he's going through that process, which is fine. Du over 2 equal to dx. Then that's going to be what? E to the u du over 2. And that's 1/2 e to the u du. And that's 1/2 e to the 2x plus c. When you take a derivative, you can say, oh yeah, that makes sense. So if you're not sure your answer, take a derivative, see if we go back. Okay, of the three people, did anybody actually go through the U derivative? You did? Okay, good. Oh, actually, Benicia and Kadian and Brandon also did. Okay, good. You're supposed to go in through those stuff. Go through. If you go through a couple times, you don't need to go through anymore because that becomes automatic. Integration of sine of 2x is gonna be 1/2 negative sine of 2x plus c. Eventually, you become in automatically. But before, go through it a couple times. Even half x, right? Sine of half x. Okay, what's the integration of e to the x squared 5x dx? Gabby, what'd you get?
5 e to the x squared over 2 plus c.
I think that's correct. Is that right?
Yeah.
E
5/2.
du equal to 2x dx, right? So du over 2x equal to dx. Good. So just go through the process. If you go through several times, it becomes automatic. Most of you guys just prefer to just, oh, I just don't want to write things down. Literally, if I teach my son's right next to me, I'll be yelling every day, write shit down, write shit down. Dude, it doesn't cost you to write extra things down. And Daddy, stop cursing. I get frustrated. I curse.
Would you put the e to the power of x squared over 2x?
What?
Oh wait. Never mind. Let's say whatever x.
Yes.
Yeah.
If you write down u, you write down du, dx, solve for dx, and a lot of question, a lot of u substitution becomes second nature, just becomes like muscle memory. It's just like, oh, okay, now I know what to do. Eventually, you don't even need to write that down. You can see it. Like when we do an integration by parts on the BC, then people don't even need to work it out anymore. People know like integration of whatever it is. Because you had to do integration and derivative at the same time on integration by parts. That's an interesting.
That's what.
Oh, I was like, why is that? All right. U equal to 1 over x. Du equal to, well, this one x to the negative 1, so that's going to be negative 1 x to the negative 2 dx. Then that's du over negative 1 over x squared dx. Move the x squared to the other side and move the negative sign to the other side, equal to dx. So that's going to be e to the u over x squared times negative x squared du. So if you write things down, everything becomes very, very easy. E to the 1 over x plus c. What will be integration of this?
Yeah.
Dx. Cannot forget dx. I don't stress that enough. Did people ever screw up question because dx? Okay, so this one's really quickly. This one's not a normal like U substitution, or this is actually involved with natural log. So that's gonna be u e to the x. This is du over e to the x. Cancel out. That's du over u. Now that's gonna be 1 plus e to the 2. And this one, 0 is gonna be 2. So it'll be natural log of u between 1 plus e to the square over 2. Natural log of 1 plus e squared minus natural log of 2. That be natural log of 1 plus e squared over 2.
Why is it minus natural log of
Have a good day. Feel better. If I got you sick, I'm sorry. It could have been.
I probably am.
It could have been me.
I got sick around like early February, so this might have all been my fault. And I went to my sister's wedding and
What?
I went to my sister's wedding and then I got sick because of that, and I think I might have brought it. But
Ethan, can you go back and make sure you do your homework?
Yeah.
Why you didn't do your homework? Give me an excuse why you didn't do it yesterday. Who give a shit about physics? You're not gonna pass out the AP exam.
Why is there the minus element?
You're gonna get a 5 in calc, and you're gonna get a 2 in physics.
I don't think I'm gonna pass that.
So you might as well invest your energy on math.
Why is there that minus ln too?
Nisa, you better get your shit done.
I'm gonna call my after school today. I'm gonna stop putting off.
Huh?
The minus ln too.
Because is a subtraction to LM property. If it's subtracting, it's dividing. Remember, this property is ln of m minus ln of n equal to ln of m over n.
Why does the minus ln two exist? Like, I understand how you get from there to the ln 1 plus squared or whatever.
ln2 because you have to do upper bound subtract lower bound. So f of b minus f of a.
Oh, okay. It's the lower bound.
Yeah, that's the lower bound. Yeah, and the boundary switch.
Okay, so